morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Since my previous video, I have taken my exam finally. I won't find out the actual results for another month or so, about like beginning of May. But going off of there, I was able to get the diff in, get the one-piece drive shaft in. I drove the car about 100 miles. I mean, a little bit more than 100 miles now because of driving home and driving back and whatnot, and no issues. So no more leaking. The drive shaft, oh my goodness, like I would definitely invest in a one-piece drive shaft. They are a tad bit noisier than the OEM drive shaft, but the torque ratio is ridiculous. Like as soon as I'm on the pedal, I feel like everything engaging and the car wants to pull now. And this is just an NA. Definitely advise you guys to get a one-piece drive shaft for sure. But today we're just gonna get into working on the drift car now. So the arms that I got in from Powertrix and also my camber arms that I got in from GKTech. So we're gonna get that dialed in. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get my alignment today because Lock City is having an event and Kenny is at the event. So we're just gonna start heading out and get into it. Have to start dusting off my roof stuff. Got an event coming up soon. So I know I teased you guys a little bit with the last thumbnail photo for the last video, but as you guys can see, I really got into cleaning the engine bay. I still kind of have to work on like the brake booster in that area over there, and like just that back firewall, but everything else is pretty much spotless. So pretty sick. Alrighty guys, so back at the garage. So first things first, okay? Me and my dad were just talking and he wants to work on the lighting in here. So if you wanna see, this is with the garage door open, okay? We have 2 windows and this is about it. Like this, I mean, it works, right? Like it's better than nothing. But what we've come to find out, if we're really trying to work in my dad's engine bay or work in my engine bay, you can kind of see how dark it really gets. So like that's our hood open. Like the camera, the lighting actually helps it out a little bit, but I'm telling you right now, it's not helpful. Like it's pretty dark. I had lights from the car canopy, which we used to have. So basically what I've been doing is I've been going up and I'm gonna start running lights around. I have done a little bit of electrician work back in my day. So basically, whoever built the garage, they put 6 outlets actually on this side of the garage, and there is none on this side of the garage. So my plan is to basically shut everything off, junction one box to about here, just for like the workbench area, and then jump another box just to about like here-ish area, just so we can have another like outlet here. So I'm not doing that today, but what I am doing is just setting up my 2 lights that I have just to help out like over here. So like I'll do obviously like a before and after shot. So let me actually close the garage door really quick. So it being kind of cloudy out, the garage door's down. This is what it looks like for light wise. Again, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just we really want to work on getting some more light in here. And as soon as I plug this bad boy in, you guys, it's gonna light this whole entire area up. So again, I have one for here, I have one for here. And so that's what we're gonna do now. And then we'll start getting into the arms. Okay guys, so got everything up. So this is before. We're gonna walk over here. So this is basically like the workbench. It's my dad's area over here where we're gonna put like another bench up. And after, it's so much brighter. Like the camera actually like helps how dark it was. This was so dark over here. Like I could barely even like be able to read any of this. Like this, it's so much brighter. And now you can actually see the difference from here to here. Let's see if we can see the motor difference. Oh yeah, night and day. So best 40 bucks I've ever spent. But enough jibber jabbering of all that. So now what I'm gonna do is show you guys exactly what I did with all my arms. I didn't record it just because I don't think you guys want to sit there and watch me anti-seize literally everything. But I'll just walk you through it. Practically what I did is I took the arms out of the packaging and I took them fully apart. So I took the Heim off, I took all the bolts off, the washers and whatnot, took them off the arm, so it was just the arm complete by itself. Coming from factory, these parts are lubricated, but the lubrication is not the same and it's not gonna hold up as the same as anti-seize. You can go to Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone or online, whatever. I got this whole thing for about $8, and this is gonna last me a long, long time. Practically all you do is just unscrew everything, and once you unscrew everything, you just basically paint it on. You don't have to go crazy with it. You can just put just get all the threads, but just you don't have to like douse it in anti-seize. So that's what I did. If you guys are asking why did I anti-seize them, it mainly to the fact that rust and corrosion happen on metal pieces, and even with some of the Powertrix pieces of them just sitting, they were just like starting to like rust on the inside of the threads just because they've been sitting for so long. This is due to moisture in the atmosphere, things like that. So GKTech does lubricate theirs, but what I actually did is kind of wiped off the lubrication and then put anti-seize on there, just because anti-seize lasts a lot longer than just normal lubricant. And again, anti-seize is temperature resistant and everything like that. So so that's what I did. And then to basically adjust these to the stock OEM adjustment is a simple little trick that I've learned by myself. I mean, it's probably pretty common sense. Maybe you guys have done this, maybe you haven't thought of this, but basically what I do is I grab an OEM arm, so OEM rear camber arm here and here. And what I do is I practically just match up the bolt holes. So these holes here and these holes here, I match them up and I put a bolt right through all four of them. Once I put the bolt through all four of them, then what I'm able to do is that's going to be like where my starting point is here. And then I'll flip it. And when I flip it, I just match up the bolt holes in the Heim joints. And then from there, like I'll just put a bolt through all of them. And then from there, I'll lock everything down. And that's practically gets me in the range of an OEM adjustment. And then obviously, as soon as I get this done, I'm gonna head to the alignment rack and then basically get aligned. So guys, basically what I have here is exactly what I was talking about on the workbench over there. So all I did was put a bolt through, and bang, they're all matched up here. So now I'm literally just gonna bolt it up into the car. Okay, so the first arms, what I'm actually gonna be working on are the rear toe connecting arms, or the rear toe connecting rods. So yep, we're just gonna start getting after this right now. Okay guys, so working on the first arm that I have actually started working on, what you're gonna have to do is, because these spacers that come with the new Powertrix arms, they're a little bit wider than what your bracket can actually like OEM hold, or like just over the years of this being tightened down, it kind of squished it. So all I did was grab like my jack handle and kind of just pried each side very easily, nothing crazy, just open a bit just so I could be able to slide the Heim joint into the actual subframe. And then after that, like I said, and then you just kind of bolt it up normally. Powertrix gives you directions in their kit, but this is just for you guys. If you guys just, don't read directions. I know some people don't. They're like, oh, I can do whatever. You use their new hardware that actually come with the arms. They only give you one bolt, one nut, and one washer per arm, mainly because it's the part where they actually connect to the hub. These brackets here are actually a little bit wider. The reason why it's a little bit wider is because they use these arms for various kinds of cars, like an R32, our car, and so on. So what they do is they want you to put the washer on the side of the bolt head, and then this lock nut is basically just going to be alone by itself. But all that washer does is it fills out the space in between the knuckle and this actual bracket here. So since we got this one on, I'm going to go around, and before I tighten it all, I'm just going to go around, put each arm on, and then I'll go back and tighten everything. Okay guys, so from this arm, I got the camber arm. So the cool thing about the GKTech camber arm is that you can either put it in front of the coilover or in the rear of the coilover, totally depending on like what you want from it. I mean, I just went through the front because it was the easiest way to just get everything attached and such. And to me, I think I have a little bit more clearance when I'm in the front, comparing it to like the coilover from like here. Because if I ran it the other way, it's like comes pretty close to the coilover. But so I ran that like that, and now I'm going to work on this arm here. Finally got this arm on. This one is the biggest pain out of all of them. The main reason why is that this bracket back here, you need to bend this bracket out to fit the spacers and the Heim in the same area. It's not easy at all. So I just want to keep you guys, like, keep that in mind, that this, you're going to have to, what I did is I grabbed a pry bar like so, put it against the exhaust, and then bent like this. At first, it was way off, so there was no way that it was going to work. So I actually used my breaker bar that I usually use for everything, and I put it between the two spots, like right in the middle, and I just started bending and bending. It put a good amount of like bend in it, so I was like, okay, that's going to be good. But then I still couldn't get the arm in, so I had my dad hold the pry bar on that bottom piece while I pushed it in really quick, and then we finally got the lock in. So this one is not fun. You also have to kind of do that on this one. And then this was the easiest one. The camber arm was the easiest one. The main thing that you want to make sure that when you have your camber arm, they come with these static plates. You put the static plates on the outside. So if this is the bracket here of the arm, you put the static plates on the outside, and then yeah, and then you put the nut or the bolt head through, and then the nut on the other side. But yeah, so that. And then you do the same thing for that in the rear. These ones don't have that. These just have the washer because the ends are a little bit wider. This just like clears up some space, and then once you suck this in, the arm should get tight. So now all I gotta do is tighten these up and go to the other side. Also, one more little tidbit. The static plate for the camber arm here, there's like this little lip, a part of the subframe. All I did was I grabbed my pliers here, and I basically just kind of hung, like I clipped down on it, clamped down on it pretty tight, and then I kind of just bent and kind of rolled it outward, just so the static plate could sit flush against the actual subframe. So that's another little tip and trick that I wanted to tell you guys. I'm just going to be working on this bracket right here really quick. Again, we have to bend this just a bit, just because it's not going to fit the actual Heim joint. So just some quick little bends, nothing crazy. Okay, so I got this guy on, I got this guy on, and now the dreaded rear toe connecting rod. Again, I just tried to see if this would fit, and it will not. It needs to be spread out so freaking much, so I got to start bending that back again. So now I got this final arm in. I'm telling you guys, I mean, I don't know if there's like a certain tool that you could use to kind of like bend, like spread metal out or whatever. But if you don't, you're definitely going to need someone else, because basically what I had is, again, I had my dad use a pry bar on that corner here and just pried it out as I put the arm in, and then fed a bolt through, and then we were good to go. But doing this by myself, I would have not have been able to do it to get this arm in. But besides that, all of them are in. Now I just got to tighten all of them down, throw the wheels on, and yeah, that's about it. And then we can start this girl up and move her out for a little bit. She has not been started in a while, so the oil is probably going to be bad, and the fuel is probably going to be bad, but it is what it is for right now. When one Z has to save another. This one's been sitting so long and the battery's dead, so I'm just jumping in it really quick with the daily, and then we'll be good to go. Forgot how good this car freaking sounds, like crazy. My girls though, they're my girls. Alrighty guys, so project is done. So now mainly I'm gonna have to come back, lower the car again to my original specs where I had it, and then go get my alignment. The reason why I want to lower my car first is because anytime that you mess with your like lowering or raising or whatnot, it throws your specs off just a little bit. So I just want to make sure that everything's gonna be exactly where I want it before I go and get the alignment with Kenny. So, but yeah, lights looking good. That one's turned off, and I mean, it's a pretty successful day. I haven't been able to work on the drift car in so long, and like, it's two totally different aspects when I'm working on the drift car compared to the daily. The daily means like, I need to get this car ready. I need to make sure that it's running right, because I use it every single day. I need to be able to get to school. I need to be able to get to work. With the drift car, it's so much more like relaxed. Like, I can just hang out and just like tinker on stuff, little here, little there, and like it feels so good. So it's crazy to see the difference between the two. But with that being said, probably the next video that I have coming up, I'll be getting my tires mounted, and then also I'll be running to Kenny's so I can get my alignment done. So it'll be more of like a daily vlog kind of footage. But I think today went very well, and hopefully, I mean, you guys like the tutorial here, and hopefully you guys saw a little bit of insight of what I had to do for certain arms and such, because I thought it was just going to be kind of a plug and play kind of thing. I didn't know I was going to have to be bending stuff and bending stuff back and all this jazz. So it is what it is, but I enjoyed it. It's a great day. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit this button up here. Subscribe to the channel. Hook me up. Help me out. If you guys liked anything in the video, just leave a comment down below. And if you're looking for any additional content, you know what to do. Click one of these links here. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.